Hi viewers, another day, another topic for physics. So our topic for today is impulse and momentum. So what is linear momentum? So basically, it is a mass in motion. So it is defined as the product of the system mass multiplied by its velocity. So simply, ganito yung notation niya. So P is equal to mass times velocity. So P is equal to mv. So m is scalar and v is a vector quantity, so which defined as a momentum is a vector quantity. So may example dito, a photo layer running at a certain velocity. So itong photo layer na to, so nag-create siya ng momentum. So yung momentum, so example niyan na na-experience sa araw-araw, for example, sumakay ka sa kotse, then nagpreno yung kotse. So yung nag-cause sa'yo na mag-move forward sa pagpreno ng kotse is yung momentum. For example, so calculate the momentum of a 110 kg football player running at 8 meter per second. So simply, P is equal to mv, then substitute nyo lang, direct sub. So 110 kilograms times velocity is 8 meter per second. So meron tayong 880 kilogram per meter second. So next, what is impulse? Impulse defined as the change in momentum, so which equals to the average net external force multiplied by the time this force acts. So ayan, ito yung notation natin sa impulse. So delta P kasi nga change in momentum siya. Ayan, so equal to net external force times yung change in time. For example, dito meron tayong bata na initial velocity is 0, so nakahinto siya, then numatakbo siya sa certain velocity. So yung impulse niyan, maakyat habang bumibilis siya. So pagka napagod naman na siya, then pababa na yung hanggang makahinto siya dun sa 0 ulit. For example, meron tayo dito ang two identical billiard strikes a rigid wall with the same speed and are reflected without any change of speed. So the first ball strikes perpendicular to the wall, then the second ball strikes the wall at an angle 30 degrees from the perpendicular and bounces off of an angle 30 degrees from perpendicular to the wall. So determine the direction of the force on the wall due to each ball. And number 2, calculate the ratio of the magnitudes of impulses on the two balls by the wall. So para masolve natin yung number 1, so kailangan natin i-sketch yung problem. For example, meron tayo ditong top view ng wall. Then meron tayo ball 1, i-start niya yung wall. So perpendicular to the wall. So nangyari, nag-bounce back lang siya. And sabi niya, without any change of speed. So ito, so EYI, so initial momentum, so positive, then nag-bounce back negative. Then si ball number 2, so 30 degrees from the perpendicular, so ito. Hinit niya yung wall, then nag-bounce back 30 degrees from the perpendicular to the wall. Ayan. So yung direction niya, so ito. So meron tayo ditong una, positive MB cosine 30 kasi nga this is adjacent dun sa sa angle and perpendicular. So ito yung net force dun sa sa wall. Then nag-bounce back naman siya, syempre kukunan natin is yung sa y direction, negative mb cosine 30 degrees. Kung meron tayo dito another direction, so kung meron tayo yung y, meron tayo x naman that is parallel dun sa sa wall, and para sila positive kasi to the right. So meron tayo mb, then yung angle naman dito is sine 30. So opposite dun sa angle, kaya sine 30 yung ginamit. Then another yung sa pag bounce back naman, another mb sine 30, positive, pares positive to the right. Then ito na yung answer natin for number 1. Then calculate the ratio of the magnitudes of the impulses on the two balls by the wall. So ang kinukuha lang natin dito is yung yung impulses natin sa wall. So yung change in momentum ng ball 1 is equal to siyempre yung final minus initial, yung final minus initial over yung sa ball 2 naman. So laging white kasi nga sa lang to by the wall lang ito. Then itong tong ball 2 naman, final is negative na mv cosine 30 minus yung initial. Sagot dito is 2 over square root of 3 or 2 square root of 3 over 3. So ito yung ratio ng dalawang ball. So another example, meron tayo dito 50 kg mass is sitting on a frictionless surface. And an unknown constant force pushes the mass for 2 seconds until the mass reaches a velocity of 3 meter per second. So letter A, what is the initial momentum of the mass? Then what is the final momentum of the mass? And letter C, what is the force acting on the mass? Then letter D, what was the impulse acting on the mass? Ganito. So first thing to do, drawing muna natin yung problem para mas ma-imagine natin kung ano yung itsura niya. Meron tayo dito 50 kg mass, then initial velocity 0, then hinila siya ng unknown force for 2 seconds, then nag-move na siya, then meron siyang final velocity na 3 meter per second. Letter A, what is the initial momentum? So the momentum is the mass times velocity. Diba? Dahil nga 0 yung velocity niya, meaning P is equal to mv, 50 kg times 0 plus 0 yung yung momentum niya. Then yung momentum niya nag-increase from 0, naging what is the final momentum after the force is finished acting the mass? So the velocity is 3 meter per second. So dito meron tayo 50 times 3. So ito na yung final velocity. So yung final momentum niya is 50 kg meter per second. So initial from 0 nag-increase into 150 in 2 seconds. Let's see. So what is the force acting on the mass? So yung delta P natin is equal to final momentum minus initial momentum. So yung change in momentum niya. Then change in momentum is equal to yung final natin is 150 kg meter per second, then yung initial velocity initial momentum natin is 0. So yung change in momentum natin is equal to 150 kg meter per second. So since the force was in effect over 2 seconds, so T is equal to 2 seconds. So yung formula natin ng impulse is equal to change in momentum is equal to Average net external force acting on the body, then yung change in time. So yung change in time is 2 seconds minus 0 is equal to 2. So yun lang yung ano natin. So yung dati kanina is 150 kilogram meter per second is equal to yung hinanap natin kasi what was the force acting on the mass, di ba? Ayan. Net force, then yung change in time natin 2 seconds minus 0 second. Then di-divide lang natin siya by 2 second. Meron tayo dito ang 15 divided by 2 equal to 750. 150 to, sorry. 150 to. So, meron tayo 75 kilogram meter per second square. So, yung kilogram meter per second square equal to Newton. So, net force is equal to 75 Newton. So, letter D. So, what was the impulse acting on the mass? So, yung formula natin, so impulse delta P is equal to F net times delta T. So, yung impulse is equal to yung F net 75 times 2 seconds, meron tayong 150 Newton seconds or equal to 150 kilogram meter per second. So, ito yung impulse niya. So, I hope na natuto kayo dun sa topic natin, impulse and momentum. So, kung may question kayo, kindly comment down below. And huwag kalimutang mag-subscribe.